We could take you to war, but you're not an adult yet. That's not going to fly.
We are the Arms Attorneys. I am back finally this week to give you a gigantic update on the Second Amendment rights of 18, 19, and 20-year-olds who would like to purchase handguns from federally firearm licensed dealers. We had a huge case break on Friday. We're going to talk to you about who can purchase, about potentially the future of the 4473, and about what we think is going to happen to this case and to their rights going forward. But before we get started, please subscribe to this channel. And if you are already a subscriber, make sure that you are going to your subscription page, not just the YouTube homepage, because YouTube is not showing our videos.
They're monkeying with the algorithm.
They're monkeying with the algorithm. So don't rely on your homepage. If you like our content, please subscribe and check your subscription page for our twice-a-week videos.
And today's video is brought to you by our friends over at Sonoran Desert Institute. With more than 350 million firearms in the U.S., the time has never been better to learn how to become a gunsmith.
Sonoran Desert Institute offers online firearms technology education with hands-on labs and materials shipped right to your door. Course topics range from AR-10, AR-15, or 1911 armor or options to shooting sports management, ballistics, gunsmithing, and more.
Get your education and turn your passion for firearms into a successful career. Visit sdi.edu/armed-attorneys or call 480-999-4767 to get started. So the case we are talking about is Bruen, Weakley, the Second Amendment Foundation, and the West Virginia Citizens Defense League versus the ATF, Merrick Garland, U.S. Attorney General, and Dettelbach. Now, this case involves Bruen and Weakley. They went back in June of 2022 to a federally licensed gun dealer and attempted to purchase handguns. Denied. They sued the federal government.
Due to age only.
Yeah, due to age only. Otherwise law-abiding, right? And they were denied the firearms transaction. They sued the federal government saying, hey, this is a violation of our rights. This is a facial constitutional challenge.
We live in a Bruen world, guys.
That's
so
right.
Here we go.
But we'll have it linked in the description below. And if you want to look up this case, it's case number 122CV00080-TSK. Now, there was a couple of things going on here, but we got an incredible opinion from the court here. He was handling two things simultaneously. First, the government trying to dismiss this case, saying, hey, there's no injury here, and simultaneously a motion for summary judgment on behalf of Bruen, Weakley, Second Amendment Foundation, all them saying, hey, guess what? The facts are undisputed here. We are being denied our Second Amendment rights, and we ended up getting an incredible nationwide, mind you, opinion from the court.
Yes. So the judge granted the motion for summary judgment, said that, in fact, is purchasing a handgun an exercise of your Second Amendment rights, Richard?
Yes.
Are 18, 19, 20-year-olds part of the people, Richard?
Yes.
And so is there a historical analog, Richard, to denying 18, 19, 20-year-olds their Second Amendment rights?
Pop quiz, no.
No, there's not, right? There's not. And I mean, the great part about Bruen is like, you're just going to be hard pressed to find historical analogs for denying people Second Amendment rights. There are so few from 1791. So here we are. But now the question becomes, is this generation smart enough to handle it?
Well, we'll get to that answer, right? But really, we have kind of four laws in dispute here that the court is really addressing.
Yes.
We're looking at the text of the Second Amendment. We're looking at New York State Rifle and Pistol Association v. Bruen. Looking at 18 U.S.C. 922 B1 and C1. Now, B1, this is the prohibition on gun stores from selling. You know, that's the crime. It's not, the 18-year-old goes and tries to buy the gun. Not a crime under federal law. The crime is the transfer. The transfer, the licensee actually making that transfer. And then C1, lesser known component of this is if someone is purchasing a firearm via affidavit, if they're not in person. We look at these two things, and I mean, this is a clear, hey, the injury. The government first off says there is no injury.
No injury.
Interesting.
I guess, I mean, so here, okay. I do not agree with that. However, of the crappy arguments the government makes recently about denying Second Amendment rights, this one could be worse, right? Because I mean, to say, all right, you can't buy a handgun from a federally licensed dealer. However, you can buy a long gun from a federally licensed dealer. Also, assuming that the mere possession of handguns at 18, 19, 20 is lawful in your state, you are very much allowed to do that. The federal government has nothing to say about that. And the federal government has nothing to say about the legality of purchasing in a private sale in your state a handgun if you're 18, 19, or 20. So For example, the state of Texas, the only thing illegal for 18, 19, 20-year-olds was, until last week, the actual purchase of said handgun from an FFL dealer. They could buy it in a private sale. They could possess.
Engage in constitutional carry, get a license to carry. I mean, they could do
all of
everything.
it. So, again, I don't agree with that argument by the government, but it's not their crappiest argument, all things considered, that they've espoused recently.
No, their crappiest argument was that 18, 19, and 20-year-olds are not adults, which they made in their motion to dismiss.
That is a pretty terrible argument.
We could take you to war, but you're not an adult yet. That's not going to fly. Now, questions that I think we're going to get about this is, do you think this is going to revise or cause need for a revision of the 4473?
I don't think so, because there's not a yes/no, right, about being of age, like there are in that, 21, A, B, C, D, right, your 4473 questions that are about mental illness and fugitive from justice and controlled substances and all of your prohibitions. There's just question 15 that makes you fill in your age, right?
Yep.
So I don't think this takes a revision of the 4473. I think it's just quite simply a matter of now you fill in your age as being born in, God help me, what year were 18-year-olds born? 2005. And you turn it in, you get your gun. Now, I do believe that we should revise the 4473, though. I don't think it's necessary. I think we should revise it in light of this new ability of the young to purchase handguns. And there should be, question 21, blah, blah, blah. Have you ever espoused support for Osama bin Laden's position on America? If the answer is yes, I don't know if we could sell you a gun.
Well, a subset of that is, do you have a TikTok account? Yes. Then you have to go on to the next question.
Right. Question 2. Do you think Osama bin Laden got it right? Look, I don't consider myself old. I'm not old, she says, staring down the barrel of 40, but I'm not old. But I do remember when young, old, left, right.
Back in my day, the Osama bin Laden letter was bad.
I remember when he was a terrorist.
Right.
I remember when
you get really old and he was a freedom fighter on the cover of Newsweek.
Oh, God bless.
Yeah.
I just remember when it didn't matter who you were, we wanted to hunt him down like an animal. Anyway,
and here we are.
Should the youths be able to buy the guns, Richard, given their current attitudes?
Well, we'll put it. I mean, we'll have to undergo a rulemaking process. Everything for the change in the TikTok question. I'm sure we'll see.
Yeah. We'll see the TikTok question.
But apart from that, when does this take effect? It's immediate. It's nationwide. The path forward, though, this doesn't stop here. The government still.
Oh, the government will appeal this.
Yeah.
Have they filed a notice of appeal yet, actually?
No. So
okay.
We got this opinion on December the 1st. We have not yet received an appeal notice or a request to stay the decision pending appeal.
We will get both of those things, and we will see. And will they stay this pending appeal? There's a good chance. Yeah. There's a good chance this will get stayed pending appeal.
Yeah, the government, just the bureaucracy needed to overturn or make changes in infrastructure to facilitate this, I think would be enough for the court to say, we're going to stay it.
Which, by the way, for the uninitiated means this would not go into effect until actually finally litigated. Now, that is not the state of the world right now, but we are just anticipating that becomes the state of the world in fairly short order.
Yeah, but we're talking, handguns, AR pistols, AR pistol platforms, whatever those look like. So I do think eventually, I don't think we have any disagreement in the circuits at this point. This is the first. This was a facial constitutional challenge. So the difference between this than some of these other challenges we've seen is, they're saying, hey, as applied to me, I should be able to buy a gun. This one is saying, under no circumstances would it be legitimate to deny an 18, 19, and 20-year-old the purchase of a handgun from a federally licensed dealer. And so, absent disagreement from other circuits, pending appeal, this could be permanent nationwide. And so maybe we don't even get something from the Supreme Court.
No, maybe not. Maybe, I will say, I can't say that I know off the top of my head what the Fourth Circuit will do with it.
No.
I don't pay enough attention to the Fourth Circuit. So,
but we're interested to see what y'all have. Do we need to add the TikTok question?
Yes, we do. But I'm disheartened.
Yeah,
I'm disheartened. I'm that old.
But we hope you enjoyed this discussion. If you did, consider subscribing, hitting that like button, and help us fight the anti-2A algorithm by sharing this video.
And please comment for us below. This is good news for the Second Amendment, so share it with your friends. Until next time, we're the Arms Attorneys. What circuit is West Virginia in?
Tell us in the comments below. What? I'm just kidding.
What is it?
Can you
Mountain
look?
Mama, can you Google it? Fourth.
Damn it.
Oof.